Jay, very warm welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining me this evening. Sadiq once again. And we've had a busy day in terms of Pakistan cricket today. So we've had the Mickey Arthur news, obviously the Shahid Afridi news as well. So if we start with the Mickey Arthur negotiations with the Pakistan Cricket Board. So Pakistan Cricket Board, Najam Sethi in particular, made it absolutely clear that they wanted an overseas appointment as the head coach of the men's team. And obviously they'd been scouting around and they'd made it very clear that Mickey Arthur was their number one choice. We know Mickey Arthur's worked with the Pakistan Cricket Board previously. We know what his achievements were, what went well, what didn't go so well. Main thing is that he was very popular amongst the players, especially some of the players like Babar Azam, Muhammad Amir, Imad Wasim, those types of players. And he helped develop a lot of those players. So the track record, as far as Pakistan players was concerned, Mickey had that relationship with many of them. So you could understand why the Pakistan Cricket Board wanted to appoint him and made him their number one choice. So negotiations have been going on for several weeks between Mickey and Najam Sethi. Pakistan Cricket Board made it crystal clear that they wanted somebody 12 months a year, full-time, overseas appointment. What Mickey said to the Pakistan Cricket Board is that he couldn't give up the contract at Derbyshire. Now, Mickey signed a 4-year contract at Derbyshire, which, looking around the world, you don't get many contracts for cricket coaches that are 4 years. So you can understand why he didn't want to give that contract up. Security in the English county cricket system. And, at Derbyshire, he was helping develop some of the young talent there. And what he suggested to the Pakistan Cricket Board was that he would work for the PCB for 7 months a year, and then the other 5 months, he would be working as a consultant. So he would have his people there working for him for those 5 months that he wasn't around. He'd have support staff, he'd be there in the background as a consultant, helping the support staff in the time that he wasn't available. Obviously, that would be in the English summer. We know that the county system operates so that it's running through the English summer from April, May onwards through the year. And there was also a big buyout clause in Mickey Arthur's contract. So that would have meant him or the PCB having to pay Derbyshire a 6-figure sum. Now, Mickey Arthur has obviously looked at it, weighed up the options, and thought, yeah, I can do this 7 months a year, other 5 months, as I say, work as a consultant. But the PCB, as I said before, they want somebody full-time, 12 months a year, and that would have meant one of the parties, either the PCB or Mickey Arthur, having to pay Derbyshire this 6-figure sum as a buyout clause. So those backwards and forwards between Najam Sethi and Mickey Arthur regarding negotiating this contract and see if they could work around it. But unfortunately, based on today's email from the PCB, negotiations have broken down as such, which has meant that Pakistan Cricket Board at this moment in time are moving on and looking at other options, excuse me, rather than Mickey Arthur. Now, some of the other options they're looking at are Justin Langer, Andy Flower. The problem is that they've already said that they want a foreign appointment, and a lot of the foreign appointments now are working in T20 leagues, so their availability is limited. And the Pakistan Cricket Board are going to have a tough time trying to get the type of appointment, the type of high-profile coach that they want. Justin Langer, yeah, he's probably going to be their number one option, their number one target. Whether he wants to work for the PCB and whether he wants to spend a lot of time in Pakistan remains to be seen. But going back to Mickey Arthur, it's understandable from a certain point of view that he's got that security at Derbyshire, he's got that 4-year contract. Would he want to give that up for the helter-skelter world of Pakistan cricket and the PCB, bearing in mind what happened to him last time, where he had assurances that he would continue as head coach and then all of a sudden he was obviously asked to step down, and they moved on from him. So he's had bad experience in the past, and I think he's wanting to have that security at Derbyshire as well as working for the PCB. So yeah, PCB move on. Let's see who they appoint. The other big news really is the Shahid Afridi interim chief selector role. So I asked Shahid Afridi about the role going forward. There've been some news stories that he was going to be appointed on a permanent basis or a semi-permanent basis, however you want to call it. But when I asked him, he's basically said that he doesn't want the role. He doesn't want the role because, not because he doesn't want to do it, but he feels that his time, obviously with the Shahid Afridi Foundation, he's doing a lot of charity work. That is his priority. Or since he's retired from cricket, he's made that crystal clear that that foundation is his priority. So this isn't about money. This isn't about him turning his back on Pakistan cricket. He's always said that the foundation and his charity work or his work outside cricket are his priority at the moment. So yeah, it's understandable. He said it was an interim role. He said he would only be doing it on a short-term basis, which he's done to the best of his ability. And it remains to be seen who the Pakistan Cricket Board appoint as the next chief selector. Now, in terms of Shahid Afridi going forward, he also made it clear to me that he is happy to work with the Pakistan Cricket Board, but he feels that players like him, who are experienced, who've played a lot of cricket all around the world, would be better served working with junior cricketers. And what he means by junior cricketers are the likes of the under-19s, working at the academies, sharing their experience, sharing their knowledge with these young cricketers rather than working with the senior players. He feels that experienced cricketers should be working with the junior cricketers and developing that raw talent, developing those young cricketers to blossom into stars of the future. So I think it's a fair call by Shahid Afridi. At no point did he say that he wanted to be the chief selector on a permanent basis. He helped the Pakistan Cricket Board out at a time when they needed somebody to step in. And he's done his role, as I say, to the best of his ability. And we'll see who is the next chief selector. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks.